Hey guys, and welcome back to another update video. This week has been very eventful with everything from controversial comebacks to bashed performances. Yet not everything is so negative, with some performances going insanely viral. Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Aespa's surprise announcement of their September 5th mini-album, Rich Man, caused a stir online, but not entirely for the reasons one might expect. When the comeback title initially leaked, fans were caught off guard. Many questioned the messaging behind a name that, on the surface, seemed to center male identity in a song presumably meant to empower women. The key lyric revealed in the teaser, "I am enough as I am a rich man," prompted early backlash, with critics labeling it confusing, tone-deaf, and even subtly misogynistic. The concern wasn't rooted in Aespa's visuals or performance, both of which have consistently leaned into strong, stylized femininity, but in the language itself. Why, fans ask, would a leading girl group define power by labeling themselves something so explicitly male-coded? Was it meant to be aspirational, ironic, or just misguided branding trying too hard to sound girl boss? The phrase felt at odds with Aespa's established futuristic, AI-driven universe, which had previously avoided real-world gender tropes altogether. However, as more context was revealed through official teasers, the narrative quickly began to shift. A short video posted to Aespa's official accounts introduced a sharp rock star concept, complete with an animated red guitar, electric effects, and a grungy font reminiscent of Metallica. The aesthetic was loud, unapologetic, and rebellious, signaling that this comeback was meant to be confrontational and high concept. The lyric, when framed within that imagery, began to take on a different tone. Rather than aspiring to be a rich man in the traditional sense, it was now clear that Aespa was reclaiming the phrase, turning it into a declaration of self-sufficiency and power. This reinterpretation closely echoes the famous quote by pop icon Cher, who once recalled telling her mother, "Mom, I am a rich man." That statement, now widely referenced in feminist discourse, was never about gender mimicry, but about rejecting dependency altogether. Aespa seems to be channeling that same spirit. By taking a phrase historically associated with male wealth and status, they're challenging its exclusivity and making it their own. While initial reactions were undeniably critical, many fans now praise the group for pushing boundaries and challenging expectations. What started as a potentially misguided title has morphed into a bold reclamation of language. Aespa isn't glamorizing men or wealth, they're declaring themselves the standard. With a rock-infused concept and aggressive visuals on the horizon, Rich Man may end up being one of their most boundary-pushing comebacks yet. On the topic of Aespa, at KCON 2025, Aespa turned heads not only for their sharp-edged, rock star-inspired outfits, but also for a wave of concern and criticism surrounding their schedule and overall management. Their performance lineup, including hits like Supernova, Whiplash, Dirty Work, and the cult favorite B-side flights, Not Feelings, was met with roaring cheers from the in-person audience, many of whom praised their live presence and the charisma each member brought to the stage. But the mood quickly shifted post-performance when fans noticed that Karina was missing during the group's final goodbye segment. Shortly after, Karina addressed the situation via Bubble, reassuring fans that she was fine but had to immediately catch a flight back to Korea for another pre-scheduled commitment. While her message was meant to ease concerns, it instead reignited long-standing frustrations directed at SM Entertainment's scheduling practices. Fans pointed out that Karina's travel had already been complicated by delays caused by a prior obligation, all while the group was still preparing for a comeback and world tour. Adding to the frustration was the fact that Aespa had reportedly just wrapped an intense filming schedule for their music video and concert VCRs, working nearly a full week straight with little rest. Their third world tour, Axis Line, is set to kick off at the end of August, followed by a comeback in mid-September, a packed timeline many fans argue borders on exploitation. While the KCON performance itself was a highlight for MYs, the circumstances behind the scenes stirred widespread concern for the girls' health and workload, especially as Aespa's image grows increasingly bold and demanding with each new era. ITZY's youngest member, Yuna, recently became the subject of a viral controversy when a photo taken during ITZY's visit to the Taipei Dome sparked rumors that she had undergone hip filler procedures. The image, showing Yuna stretching in light-wash jeans during a pitching practice event, circulated widely on forums like Pan, with some accusing her of having artificial enhancements to achieve her notably curvy hips. The original post claimed this photo proved her hips weren't natural, igniting a heated debate online. However, the accusations quickly met a strong wave of backlash from fans and netizens alike. Many dismissed the filler claims as baseless, pointing out that the shape and prominence of Yuna's hips could easily be explained by the style and padding of her pants, something common in both everyday fashion and idol styling. Supporters emphasized that Yuna's figure had been confirmed as natural multiple times in the past, and expressed frustration over the repeated targeting of her body, highlighting how unfair it is to continuously question a young artist's appearance. One fan bluntly criticized the toxicity, calling out female-on-female hate as a pervasive issue on forums, where jealousy and internalized misogyny fuel relentless scrutiny of female idols' bodies in ways male celebrities rarely face. The conversation around Yuna's hips also taps into larger issues of beauty standards in K-pop, where pressure to look perfect yet maintain a certain silhouette is constant. Despite the noise, the overwhelming response has been one of defense and support for Yuna, with many fans urging others to respect her personal boundaries and stop fueling baseless rumors. The incident highlights how even minor viral moments can quickly escalate into heated controversies, reflecting both the immense pressures idols face and the sometimes toxic nature of online fandom culture. Blackpink's Deadline World Tour has continued to break records, selling out major stadiums across the globe and drawing widespread acclaim for its production value and stage design. However, a recent viral post from an alleged concert-goer sparked significant controversy online. The review claimed, "I'm coming back from the Blackpink concert and I have things to say. I paid a little too much for what I saw. I didn't pay for my seat just to look at screens. Each intro lasted at least 3 minutes. It was a little too long. They started 30 minutes late too. They didn't sing all the time. They didn't dance a lot. To be honest, I even got the impression that they did playback, lip sync at times. And although I don't know all of their music, they didn't perform the ones I like. Or maybe it was because I went to Stray Kids concert last week, but comparing them, the former was okay, maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe if I went to the Blackpink concert first then Stray Kids, give me my money back." Upon closer analysis, several points in this review were heavily criticized for being inaccurate or misleading. First, the complaint about prolonged video intros lasting 3 minutes or more is common in large-scale concerts, where visual storytelling and high-quality stage design are integral to creating an immersive experience. Many fans appreciate these segments as part of the overall show's pacing and artistic expression, rather than mere filler. The mention of the concert starting 30 minutes late is a valid observation. Delays are frustrating but not uncommon in live events of this scale, where technical preparations and safety protocols sometimes cause schedule shifts. The reviewers claim that the members didn't sing all the time and didn't dance a lot was particularly contentious. Blackpink is known for balancing high-energy choreography with live vocals, but like many artists, they occasionally use backing tracks or lip sync during vocally challenging parts to maintain performance quality. While some fans prefer full live vocals and intense dancing throughout, others acknowledge the physical demands of such a show and accept these compromises. Comparing Blackpink's performance to another group's concert further shows personal bias rather than an objective critique. After investigations, netizens exposed the review as fake, undermining its credibility. It appears to be part of a trend of misinformation aimed at stirring controversy rather than providing constructive feedback. Despite this, some genuine critiques about the tour's pacing and occasional lack of continuous live singing have circulated among concertgoers, highlighting an ongoing conversation about the evolving expectations of live K-pop performances. While the review's tone and some claims were overblown or unfounded, the broader discussion about balancing live vocals, choreography, and production elements remains relevant, underscoring the complex demands placed on top-tier artists like Blackpink. This incident highlights the importance of verifying viral content and maintaining perspective amid polarized fan debates, especially involving globally celebrated acts. Blackpink's Deadline Tour continues to be praised overall for its innovation and entertainment value, despite the inevitable scrutiny that comes with such massive exposure. Twice has long been praised for their stage presence and energy, but this time, it's their live singing that's grabbed headlines, and it's brought some unexpected commentary from a niche but vocal community often dubbed the K-pop Demon Hunters. At the iconic Lollapalooza 2025 music festival in Chicago, Twice took the stage and surprised fans with a fiery live performance of Takedown, a powerful track from the animated project K-pop Demon Hunters. The special surprise performance by members Yuqi and Zhanghao showcased the group's vocal strength and stage charisma in a way that left both longtime onesies and casual listeners. Clips from the performance quickly went viral on social media, racking up views and widespread praise. Fans highlighted Jihyo's particularly powerful vocals, with many commending her range and control, saying things like "Jihyo destroyed ᴄᴇᴅɪᴛꜱ" and "they're so good at singing live." This reaction reinforced Twice's reputation as live vocal queens, proving their growth as performers who can deliver emotionally charged and technically impressive live vocals, even while performing choreography and on large festival stages. What was meant to be a bold and exciting collaboration between idols Yuqi and Zhanghao at KCON LA 2025 has unexpectedly set off one of the most divisive controversies of the event. The pair took the stage for a sultry duet performance of Now by Troublemaker, a song already infamous in K-pop history for its provocative tone and flirtatious choreography. Their rendition stayed true to the original's daring nature, featuring intimate skinship, synchronized hip movements, and physical closeness that left little room for ambiguity. While the live audience in LA responded with loud cheers and applause, a very different conversation was taking place back in Korea, one dominated by frustration, discomfort, and cultural tension. Much of the backlash stems from how overtly sexual the stage was, especially given the still conservative attitudes many Korean netizens hold about mixed gender performances in K-pop. One viral post on X, formerly Twitter, from user ᴄʀᴅᴛ걼 captured this sentiment clearly. "Honestly, I normally don't think too much about Yuqi and Zhanghao and just thought like, guess they're close. But did they really have to do such a choreography? They were already being criticized, so did they have to do this?" performance. Just when was Korea so forgiving about skinship between idols of the opposite sex? Who planned this? This comment reflects a layered discomfort, not just with the content of the performance, but also with the timing and optics. Some fans had already felt uneasy with recent rumors and close interactions between the two idols, and this performance seemed to amplify speculation rather than simply showcase talent. Another user, ᴄʀᴅɪᴛꜱ, echoed a similar thought but more bluntly. Crazy LOL. Why did they have to go for this song? Who planned this? The choice of Now in particular seemed to strike a nerve. It's a track almost synonymous with sexual tension in K-pop, and for many, it felt like a deliberate provocation, not just artistic flair. The choreography's suggestiveness was hard to ignore, especially in a performance without a narrative frame or context that justified its intensity. And while Western audiences might view this kind of stage as edgy or empowering, the Korean reaction has highlighted how quickly global and domestic perspectives can clash. Interestingly, while the backlash swelled on Korean platforms like Pan and The Coup, international fans on TikTok, Instagram, and X largely praised the stage as iconic and a refreshing break from stiff K-pop norms. Supporters praised both idols for their professionalism, chemistry, and performance skills, arguing that K-pop needs more freedom in artistic expression without everything being labeled too much. Still, the incident exposes the persistent double standard when it comes to co-ed performances in K-pop. While both Yuqi and Zhanghao were part of the stage, it's Yuqi who has borne the brunt of criticism, ranging from moral judgment to direct personal attacks, while Zhanghao's name appears less frequently in the backlash. It's a reminder that gender expectations still shape how these performances are interpreted, and that even in 2025, K-pop's boundaries between bold and inappropriate remain hotly contested and inconsistently applied. That's all there is for today. Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section down below, and see you in the next video.